All right, we are now recording. So I went a few minutes there and kind of went off on a tangent and didn't realize I wasn't recording here. So now we're recording. Welcome to this webinar. Tonight you're going to learn about a very exciting opportunity, something that has really taken me away from everything that I was focusing on, because I believe that this is bigger than anything I've ever done, and can help more people in a time where people are really in need. The way the world is functioning right now, people are definitely concerned, and maybe they can't quite put their finger on what's happening, but they feel there are some changes happening, and if they don't do something about their finances to protect their finances, secure their finances, that they might not have any finances. So not only are we here to talk about an opportunity tonight where you can make money in a booming, emerging industry, but you have a way to protect your money no matter what's happening around the world. So again, let me do a quick introduction, even though I did one a second ago. This is me and my dog here, Dakota. My name is Patrick Moore. I've been working from home for over a decade and have seen a lot of different businesses, been building websites since I was 13 years old. Got into marketing and a lot of that kind of business, entrepreneurial things at age 18, and went full-time at 24. I'm 33 now. So I've had a lot of experience. I've worked at the corporate level, and I've seen a lot of things out there. I've worked with a lot of people, and what I was mentioning a few minutes ago is how I initially came across this opportunity is by a very good friend of mine. And over the years, I've met a lot of great people in all different niches and worked with them in all different types of capacities, but there's only a few people I've chose to stick with, and it's because they're record levels of success continuously over and over again, consistently nailing really good opportunities and making money off knowing trends, basically seeing things before other people don't see them. And so the person who introduced me to this opportunity is actually the master distributor. Well, started out as the master distributor, but is now the president of the company. So, and then going back just a couple of years, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, he was telling me that we needed to get into cryptocurrency. So I don't want to go into how he's made his money. He's told me that in the past, and maybe he'll share that story with you. But he's made a lot of smart business decisions, seeing things way before other people see them, and getting in and making record profits. And so when he shared this opportunity with me, and knowing as successful as he is, he said that this is going to be the biggest thing that we ever participate in. And I didn't quite grasp what he was talking about. And it took a little while, and I imagine if this is your first time here, you might not get this entire concept here right away. Let me grab a drink of water here, please. So he shared this idea with me, and it's really more than just what it looks like on the surface. There's so many factors and splits to this, and so many different levels of opportunity here in different niches with different groups. And this is why I believe this is the opportunity for the masses, where everybody has a chance to succeed. Where you look at what's happening around, especially in the network marketing industry right now. There's a couple of companies out there. In fact, I was reading some articles today how the entire network marketing infrastructure, compensation-wise, and the dynamics of rewards to distributors and their participation, and really how everything has been operating for decades now, is being looked at, is being criticized, and they want to see it change. And this is the landscape that most companies operate on. So one of the things here is you're going to see that not only is this company different, but the pay structure, the compensation, the participation is different than all the other network marketing companies out there, which I believe is going to give us a huge edge in the changes to come in the laws that these different network marketing companies are going to face. I believe many companies are going to have to change their entire business structure here down the road. Some of them will be able to weather the storm. Other ones, I'm not sure, but I believe that the way this company is positioned and the forward thinking here and understanding of these changes, that this company is going to be very strong and secure here for years to come. So that's one thing you want to think about if you're out there evaluating different companies right now, is the changes that are occurring in the industry and what you should pay attention to, because you could join something and in 2 years from now, 6 months from now, they're going to say this is completely illegal and they got to change everything around, and then you have a couple different choices to make. So just wanted to give you a couple different reasons why I believe Vizionary and Capricoin are really heading in the right direction. So what I said a few minutes ago, what we were going to be talking about is disruptive technologies. And you're going to see all around us every single day there's companies and industries that we've known all our lives, our parents have known all, their grandparents have known all their lives, and they are being disrupted overnight with websites and cell phones and mobile apps. And really what they're doing is they're creating a less expensive way, a more efficient way to conduct business, to get things done. So what we're doing is we're taking a look at a specific industry, and we are seeing how can we come at this with a better technology, something that is going to be faster, more efficient, less expensive, global, easier to use, and we believe we have a technology that truly everybody can benefit from. And what we're going to be doing, and if you're familiar with the banking industry and the financial industry, is it's one of the, it really is the largest market in the world. It's the circulation of money. It's an $80 trillion business. So what we have here is one of the largest industries in the world with very archaic and primitive measures of conducting business. You know, you go to the bank, you try to send money internationally, you've got fees, you've got delays, you've got exchange rate fees, you've got other things where, you know, we're so used to having everything done instantly, but sending money around the world is still very challenging, very slow, and very expensive. So what we've done is we've created, well, not really a game changer, but an entirely new game, new rules and new players, something that's never been done before in the financial industry. So, as I said a few minutes ago, we're all using our smartphones now. Smartphones are disrupting industries. A couple of industries you guys are familiar with, the media industry, whereas 20 years ago, the only way to get your content, you know, news, entertainment, movies, anything like that, was print, radio, and TV. Anything else required you to have a lot of money, a lot of resources in order to create your own content. Whereas today, you can go on Amazon and buy a green screen for $15. You can go buy a camera for, well, really, you could just use your cell phone and get some lights for 20 or 30 bucks, and then some video editing software, and you could literally do the same things that everybody in TV can do. I mean, you gotta have some skills, of course, you're not just gonna do it, but like you can do the same stuff that they've been doing and making millions and millions of dollars on. So people now are able to make these style of videos, you know, the Gangnam style video, where within I don't know if it was a week or a month or what it was, but it got over a billion views. And then in 2012, that Coney video is one of the most popular videos, most watched videos on YouTube. That one in 1 week got 90 million views, which is the equivalent of $600 million in earned media. So one person now has the capacity with their cell phone to get the same exposure as the big guys, as the CNBC, the CBS, ABC, NBC, all those guys, and all you need is an idea and a cell phone and an internet connection, and you can have that kind of exposure. Another example of disruptive technology would be the hospitality industry, where Airbnb created a website, some brothers that literally could not afford a place to stay, a hotel to stay at, said, okay, let's rent out let's rent our couch out, and they call it's basically couch surfing, and turn that idea into a $25 billion business. And what is it? It's a website that they don't own property. They don't pay for hotels. They don't pay for all the hundreds of employees required at the thousands of different hotel properties across the world in every major city. I mean, even small cities. So think about the expenses. And this has been around. The Marriott's been around since 1957, and it's $19 billion. And Airbnb's been around less than 10 years, and it's $25 billion. So that's what's happening when you bring technology that is disruptive to archaic and primitive ways, and you can bring a faster, easier, more efficient means. That's going to bring value to people's lives. So we talked a lot, and you all know about Uber here, disrupting the taxi industry. Pretty much all of you now don't say, let's get a taxi, you say, let's get an Uber. And some of you might have not taken it. I know there's definitely a group of you guys out there that have never used an Uber, and in like Vegas, like they've completely found a way to get rid of the Uber market. The taxi industry does not allow that. So, but overall, like if I go anywhere, I can get an Uber in 2 minutes. It takes me 30 minutes to get a taxi around here. So this is an easier, faster way, and it's a free app. It's less expensive than a taxi. And this is the fastest growing company in the history of the world, disrupting only an $11 billion industry. Earlier, I told you the industry that we're trying to penetrate is $80 trillion. So 11 billion versus 80 trillion, and you start to see the picture. This is the fastest growing company in the history of the world, valued at $50 billion, founded less than 10 years ago. So you should start getting excited and understand what we have here. And you might not know what we have here, so I'm about to talk about that here in a second. So Uber and Airbnb are great examples of companies that disrupted their industries and made early stage investors really rich. Talking 6,000% returns. The banking industry, it's 1,000 times larger. But that's just the banking industry. If you factor in the circulation of money at $80 trillion, it's 100,000 times larger than the banking industry, or sorry, than the transportation industry. It is massive. And just to give you a quick example of what's happening here, you've got Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider. They own zero real estate. Alibaba, which if you haven't heard about them, they're out of China. They are the largest online retailer, but they have zero inventory. Facebook, the world's most popular media owner, creates no content. Uber, the world's largest taxi company, owns no vehicles. And Bitcoin, the world's biggest bank, has no actual cash. So that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about digital currency. And if you haven't heard about Bitcoin right now, you need to start paying attention, because this, I feel, and so does Bill Gates here, is the future of money. This is digital currency. Why is it the future of money? Because we're moving forward. Whenever you introduce something that makes your life easier, you don't go back to the old way of doing things. Whenever you introduce something that is less expensive, easier to use, more efficient, who goes back to the old way? It's like you get a brand new dishwasher and you're like, no, I just want to continue washing dishes. No, you use your dishwasher. So that's the beauty of technology, is when you can create something more efficient and provide value, that's what's going to attract people. And Bill Gates sees this as one of the most valuable technologies, as here he says, the future of money is digital currency. Bill Bonner, who's the founder and president of Agora Publishing, says digital currency is the first improvement in money in 5,000 years. And at first he didn't believe in cryptocurrency. He's a respected businessman, financier, top CEOs go to him for his business advice. You've got Ben Bernanke, who's the former federal chairman Reserve, chairman of the Federal Reserve. Excuse me. Cryptocurrencies may hold long-term promise, particularly if the innovation promotes a faster, more secure, and more efficient payment system. So this is the guy that literally prints our money, that tells us everything's good to go, and I mean, he's supposedly the respected authority in the financial space, and there you go. He's saying cryptocurrencies may hold a long-term promise. So we see all around us that the experts are recognizing the value in digital cryptocurrency. We're already really in a digital currency world, whereas 99 out of every $100 that we spend, it's already digital. You use credit cards and PayPal, and you're using iPhones now, and even really checks these days. It's still going through a digital system. So really, we're used to that already. It's not, people are not going to have a hard time opening up their phone, opening up an app, and sending money to each other. It's easier than writing a check. It's easier than having to have a card on you. We carry our cell phones on us everywhere. And to think that the kids, the millennials, the younger generations are going to have a hard time adapting using a cell phone to send money to each other, we're crazy. So we got to think about that generation. You might not be in that mindset where you're like, well, no, I don't see myself using the phone to send money. Yeah, but you're not. Don't think about yourself. Think about the next generation. Again, this is the future of money. We got to be ahead of the curve, thinking about what is coming. And we know that kids are glued to their cell phone. So it's not really far-fetched to say that they're going to be. It's going to be hard to get them to use their cell phone to send money. So a few minutes ago, we mentioned Bitcoin. If you're not familiar with Bitcoin, it is the first cryptocurrency established in 2009. It's really set the standard for everything we have today. It's the first cryptocurrency to be recognized as money and accepted by businesses, over 400,000 locations. And more and more businesses every day are seeing the value in accepting cryptocurrency. Now, you might recognize a lot of these companies, and so that means a lot of these companies, part of the whole deal with Bitcoin and why it's so attractive to these companies is they save you money. They save the company money when you choose to send Bitcoin versus paying with credit card. You can go, Amazon's got some, I wouldn't say secret, but they have a website. I forgot what it's called. But if you go and find it, they give you 20% off everything you buy if you pay in Bitcoin. 20% is a lot of money. And the reason why is because they don't have those high fees, those credit card fees, those processing fees that every other business is faced with. So businesses are able to, at the end of the day, if they can put more profit in their pocket and add to the bottom line, they're going to be interested. So this alone should pique businesses' interest, the fact that they can put more money in their pocket. Now, this is kind of really where Bitcoin stops, is it saves them money. But it's not really the ideal solution for moving money around globally, instantly, easy. That's really where Vizionary and Capricoin come in. That's where we feel that we've come in and filled that void, where there are thousands of other cryptocurrencies now that have tried to mimic the success of Bitcoin, but all they're doing is trying to become another Bitcoin, have a cooler name. I mean, granted, there's a couple other people, cryptocurrencies, that are absolutely doing other things now. I mean, this is 2016. 2015, it was all about just creating another cryptocurrency with a cool name. But it gets to a point where it gets saturated, and these cryptocurrencies aren't gaining any value. So you've got to do something different. And that's where we feel Capricoin and Capricoin, like I said, they fill that void of being valuable in the cryptocurrency space, and we'll talk about that here in a second. So Now, today, Bitcoin is sitting right around $600. When this PowerPoint was made here a couple months ago, it was around $425. But today, it's around $600. That means if you would have put $100 in Bitcoin in 2009, you'd have $6 million today. I don't know of any other purchase, investment, whatever you want to call it, in the world where you could put in $100 and have $6 million. So that's one of the reasons why it got my attention, why I was like, okay, I need to start looking at this. So what we're doing here is we really love what Bitcoin's doing. We obviously see there's a lot of money to be made. We see that it can help businesses, but there's some flaws. And we love what Bitcoin's doing, but we feel just like, a lot of the other coins felt that they could do something different and better, but they didn't. They just created another coin with a different name. What we're doing is we're creating usage for this coin. And so not just a coin that sits on an exchange where you buy low and sell high like really Bitcoin is, but we're creating this next generation cryptocurrency with a technology, a mobile app that anybody can download for free, and really think of this as an international savings account where anybody, anytime can now send money to anybody, anywhere, instantly without fees. So now you can go and you don't have to deal with the banks, the PayPals, the Western Unions, or any of those services that you use to send and receive money. They all have fees, they all have exchange rates, and they all have delays. We don't have any of that with Capricoin and Capripay. So this is where Bitcoin has not gone and cannot go. And the reason why is because it's not designed to do this. Bitcoin is an 8-year-old technology now. So we've had 8 years to evaluate and improve upon and say, how do we bring this to the masses? How do we make this where every person in the world will want this? Not every person in the world wants Bitcoin, and there's valid reasons for it. And it's very challenging. It's not very affordable. Even people that do want it can't get it. So it's not like it's made really where anybody can just go and get it and there's no challenges, there's no learning curve. We want to eliminate that. We want to bring a cryptocurrency mainstream to where anybody can get it literally through a mobile phone, and you can now send this money instantly. It's equivalent to all their currencies. We're trading on the exchanges. This is real money. So there's other cryptocurrency companies in the home business industry that, well, I don't see them getting on an exchange. A lot of the things they've said that they're going to do, they're not doing, and part of it, I believe, is because they don't have a legitimate cryptocurrency. And if you want to legally do this the right way in the home business space, you need to be on the regulated currency exchanges. Capricoin is the first in the home business industry to be recognized by the cryptocurrency exchanges. So what is really Capricoin? It's Bitcoin, but it's a second generation cryptocurrency, and Capripay is the mobile app which really acts as your international mobile wallet to store and protect your money. Now this is where a lot of people, this is where there's different sorry, I'm trying to think of the exact word, but basically where different people will be interested in different parts of this business, because now you've got people who want to make money, and you've got people who are interested in protecting their money. So yes, I told you a few minutes ago you can make, if you would have bought Bitcoin for $100, you'd have $6 million today. And that's very appealing, very attractive. But what about the events happening around the world? In the beginning of this webinar, I said there's things happening. You might not know what they are. You might not be able to pinpoint them, but you feel uneasy about what's happening around the world. You're not sure about the current financial system. And if that's you, then you should be very interested in diversifying, excuse me, diversifying and really hedging yourself against inflation and moving your money outside of currency that you might not perceive as valuable. And you look around the world, and I guess, I'm kind of not really getting to the point here. So I guess the best way to explain this is there is a conversation going on here today in our Visionary or Mastermind, and there's been questions. People who are in this chat, they are privy to information that really the general public that is not already interested in this, they're just not going to know. So if you're not currently seeking this stuff out and you're not trying to learn about what's happening around the world and the best way to protect yourself, by you being in Visionary, you're included in these chats and you get to learn from the experts and you get to hear what's happening around the world. And there's a couple people in this chat that have, well, real world experience, work in the financial space, know what's happening, see what's happening on a daily basis. And I won't say, the president did make a comment here, Andy Morbitzer, but somebody else made a comment. I don't know if they want me saying their name or not, so I won't say it. But they work at a bank. They're high up in the bank, and they said when you have to take out loans to pay the interest on your current loans, that is called insolvency. If the U.S. government was a corporation, foreclosure and bankruptcy would have already started. So I don't know if you guys are aware of what's happening around the world, but you're absolutely right to have this gut feeling and this intuition that something isn't right. How much time is there? Not sure. Some people, they say not much longer until there's going to be something that triggers something with all the credit card debt, the tuition that's being defaulted on, not being paid. You've got subprime loans and mortgages now being offered again, which is really the same type of loans that got us in the initial 2008 crisis. All these things that triggered that last 2008 crisis, they're happening again. And I don't want to be that doom and gloom guy, but I'm also not just here to make a lot of money. I'm here because I'm really on this mission to educate people about what's happening and to tell you to get your head out of the sand, start learning, start paying attention, start reading the news, not the mainstream media, but go on Facebook. Honestly, when you've got 5,000 friends, that's one thing I was talking to somebody about the other day. It's like I've got 5,000 friends on Facebook, so I get to hear and see and talk to people from all over the world and see things happening all over the world and real world events happening, not just what I'm being pushed on Fox and NBC and all those, but people taking videos and people telling stories and independent journalists and things like that. So I get to really see what's happening, and the rest of the world will tell you that they're losing faith in fiat currencies, government-issued currencies. The U.S. dollar is losing its value around the world. People are choosing not to accept the U.S. dollar anymore. And again, I don't want to be that doom and gloom guy, but I also don't want to hide what's happening. And you got to be prepared. You got to diversify yourself, and that's part of the reason we're here. So yes, Capricoin and Capripay is designed to protect and secure your finances as well. So that quote a few minutes ago from one of the gentlemen here in our Visionary Mastermind, the president responded, Andy Morbitzer, and said He who controls the money controls the masses. The printing of money is tolerated around the world because of fear of what could happen if they break away from the dollar. However, things are changing rapidly, and it won't be long until someone pokes the bear. The outcome is yet to be decided, but know for sure some countries around the world are going to take their shot. The worldwide sentiment to break from the dollar is gaining momentum. Prepare for currency wars and devaluation across the board. And this is somebody, again, that came from Wall Street, has a lot of experience, was really the vice president of Liberty Financial on Wall Street, not just, a broker on Wall Street, but pretty much was one of the guys that was at the top of Wall Street and got to see what was happening on a daily basis. And this is why he got in this industry. He can go promote other products and other companies, but that's not really his passion. His passion, which he has really instilled in me, one of the reasons why he's my mentor and I value everything he's shared with me and all the education he's given me, because he's really opened my eyes to what's happening around the world. And so I wanted to use this opportunity to not only help people make money, but to also protect their money. So that's the beauty of this. This is like an international savings account. No matter what happens, your money is protected. So I apologize, I went off on a little tangent there, but I feel it's really important that we don't just brush past this part, because this really is one of the core parts of our mission, is to make sure that you are diversified, you're protected, and that you have assets allocated outside of government-issued currencies that are rapidly declining and losing value around the world. So that was kind of long, but I felt it was necessary. So let's go on. What is Capricoin? Again, the quick, short, brief definition. It's the world's first cryptocurrency payment solution, and we haven't even touched on a cashback provider. I have not done this webinar in like a month, so I'm not doing as well on timing here. So I want to speed this up here. There's a lot of things going on, and I haven't, like I said, I haven't done this for a month, so feel need a little more practice here. We already have merchants. So this is something where you can take to businesses. You can now give businesses a way to eliminate their credit card fees and do business globally. That's the whole idea here. That's it in a nutshell. We're bringing free technology, a free mobile app that allows you to move money around the world faster, easier, and less expensive than anybody else on the planet. We're giving you a way to protect your money. That money is in an international savings account. No matter what happens, you have full control over it. You maintain it, you control it, you manage it. Nobody else can touch it. That's the beauty of cryptocurrency. Third, as we get people on board, as more people adopt this, as more people move money, as the demand for Capricoin goes up, the value of Capricoin goes up. There's only so many Capricoin available, 200 million. When those 200 million are gone, they're gone forever. And now there is a limited supply. So as more and more people see the value in using Capricoin to send money to each other, that's going to drive the value up, is the adoption. And that's where you have a chance to, just like we saw earlier, if you put $100 in Bitcoin back in 2009, you'd have $6 million today. Are we saying that's going to happen? I don't know for sure. I'm not making promises, but I do know we have a next generation, more advanced cryptocurrency technology. I do know that we've eliminated all the flaws that Bitcoin had that has really kind of kept it from hitting that critical mass. I do know that we have the first free mobile app and way to facilitate the movement of money and exchange it in real time in any currency without fees. And we've got the first cashback reward system that will incentivize usage, that will incentivize people to go shop with one business versus the competition, because they're being rewarded in Capricoin that has the potential to grow in value. So, like I said, there's so many pieces to this business, and I still haven't even touched on everything, but for the sake of time here tonight, we'll go ahead and start wrapping this up. But like I said, there's multiple ways to make money here, and this is an opportunity that's for the masses. Whether or not you are wanting to build a team, recruit, drive traffic, any of that stuff, you literally have a chance to just come in, collect the coin, and you could go off and do whatever else you want and focus on whatever else you're doing and still profit in this business. And that's why this is the business that I was able to take to my grandma and say, Grandma, here's some Capricoin. You need Capricoin. Mom, you need Capricoin. And get everybody doing this. I wouldn't go take, 99% of the companies out there, the opportunities or anything else out there like that to my family or friends, but this is something I believe that, again, I told you a few minutes ago why I believe you should be doing this, not only to make money, but to protect your money. Pay attention around the world, and you'll see that your money isn't as safe as you might think it is. So do yourself a favor and really just diversify, even if it's 15% of your money. As a worst case scenario, if you decide that you're like, oh, this is nothing happened, it's a year later, everything's fine, nothing's happening with Capricoin, or it went up, you just made a profit, you want to sell it, it doesn't matter. You can sell it anytime and get your money, because this is money. This is equivalent to all other currencies. So that's, again, you're not buying product. You're not. When you join Vizionary, you're not really buying anything. You're getting a little education, and we're giving you the ability to exchange your fiat government money into cryptocurrency. That's it. That's the technology through the means of mining time. And we don't need to go into a lot of detail on the mining time. Just understand that that's the technology that produces the Capricoin itself. So let's see, what else can we cover here before we close out? It's been 40 minutes. Oh, let's go ahead and cover the management team here. You always want to know who's behind the scenes, who's pulling the strings here, and very fortunate to have a great group of guys here that really understand this business and very forward thinking and where they want to take this. We've got, from left to right, we've got Ladislav Pastor, who's our CFO, has a lot of experience, has owned I really believe it was like 80-something businesses at one point, and just very incredibly experienced and knowledgeable about that side of the industry, and really loves the idea and where cryptocurrency is going. So great partner to have. We have Freudeberg, who's our CEO, really the guy that dreamed up Vizionary and had this vision of where this was all going. So we would not be here without this guy right here. If you're going to be out in Spain, you'll have a chance to meet all these gentlemen. Like I said, that's going to be less than a month away, September 8th. Third person over, we got Andy Morgenstern. This is the gentleman who introduced me to Vizionary, my really good friend and mentor, and really responsible for a lot of the success that I've had. And he hasn't steered me wrong yet, and again, he's really hit a home run here with this business. And even though I didn't know what it was, when he shared it with me, I couldn't quite grasp it. I knew that if he was willing to drop his other businesses that were paying him very, very handsomely, then he must have something here. So I couldn't be more grateful to be part of this. And then last, we've got Jesper Benson, who is our Network Advisory Council, also very experienced in really business operations, very creative, and kind of an off-the-wall thinker, just a great guy, and really looking forward to seeing all these guys out in Spain here this next month. But yeah, if you have a chance to connect with these guys, definitely do it. They are very knowledgeable and can offer a lot. So there's multiple ways to make money here at Vizionary. 5 of them without sponsoring, 7 of them all in team building. We've got compensation videos that will cover that in great depth if you want to learn more about that. All available at the website. And then these are the packages that you can choose when you sign up. So what you just want to do is choose the package that works best for you. If you have any questions, get back with the person that invited you here, and they'll kind of advise you and help you out and let you, give you the information so you can choose the one that's going to work best for you. But ideally, the bigger package that you choose, the more money that you spend, the more coins that you're going to get. And you want to accumulate as many coins as you can right now while the price is as low as it is. So just if this is one of those things you just don't want to wait on. You don't want to do a little bit now, and if you know you're gonna buy more in 3 months and 6 months, like you want to do that now. Get as many as you can while the price is where it's at now, and you can always come back. There's no monthly fees. There's no other really requirements. All you're doing is you're signing up, you're exchanging your money for cryptocurrency, and that's it. That's what we do. It's still your money, it's just in digital form. So you can't see it, but you also can't see the money that's on your debit card, right? So it's there, don't worry. You can exchange it out and cash it into any currency, and wherever you're at, no matter what currency it is, you can cash it out, so no worries there. We've also got our business features here on our Vizionary Tracker app, our team business apps, so you can really kind of keep track of what's happening when people sign up and people buy mining time, which is really just exchanging their money for cryptocurrency, and all the other features here that you need, and right here in your Vizionary business app. A couple testimonials from some of our members that have been with us since day one, really. They saw the vision right when we shared it with them, and they've definitely pursued getting as many Capricoin here as they can, and so they see the vision. Hopefully you guys understand what we have here. We really want to help people create financial freedom, protect their money, and not just create enough money to pay some car payments or mortgage payments, but we believe this is that opportunity that is going to create millionaires. So if you like that, get back with the person who shared this opportunity with you. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at facebook.com/connectwithpatrick, and we're happy to help you out. We've got a great group, Facebook group, Skype group, lots of support and resources to help you and get you going, and really kind of wrap your head around this cryptocurrency thing. So if you don't quite get it, don't worry, but you also don't want to wait. If you're looking at this now and you're like, well, it kind of sounds good, but I want to learn more on this, do it fast. Yes, there's a learning curve. Yes, there's a little bit of time, but don't wait, because the coin, if it keeps going up and up and up, you're losing money. And right now you have the best leverage to get this coin while it's under $1. Anything you can get under $1. I mean, imagine if you can go back, even though in 2009 you could get the Bitcoin for a penny, and you'd have $6 million today. Imagine if you just bought it for $1 and it was worth 600 bucks. I mean, yeah, it's not as nice of a profit, but it's still massive. Now imagine if you just got it for 10 bucks. Yeah, it's a great profit, but it's not as good as if you could have got it for, under $1, 25 cents, 50 cents. And that's where we're at right now. So we're right in the middle of releasing our version 5 app of the Capricoin app. They're doing testing on it right now. So version 4 is out. It's in the App Store. You can go in there. You can go to, so get with the person who invited you. Go to capricoin.com/their username and go download the free app. And so that's it. There's obviously a lot more I could talk about, but like I said, I want to keep this under an hour here. Kind of went off on a tangent in different areas, so next time I'll make sure to shorten this up, make it nice and sweet here. But looking forward to meeting all of you who are going to be out in Spain. Also, if you can make it to our Seattle event, that would be awesome as well. Come yourself, send anybody that you want. Just go to futurewealthcreators.com/Seattle and sign up for that event. That's September 17th. That's a Saturday. It's going to be 1 in the afternoon at the DoubleTree Hotel in Bellevue. So, or Red Line Hotel. It's one of those, but the hotel is on the website. So, all right, this webinar is going to be recorded. I'll make sure to have this up in the Facebook group here in a little bit. I want to thank you guys all for joining me here tonight, and you all have a good one, and I'll chat with you all soon. Take care.